For Charu, raising her son Sachin, who is on the autism spectrum, has been a path of discovery and unwavering love. She shares her experience of navigating Sachin's early years, the steps she took to support his growth, and the lessons she learned along the way.
I'm very proud to say that I'm a special mom to Sachin. He's a young adult, 28 years old, on the autism spectrum. I'm also mother to Dia. She's a neurotypical kid, not a kid, also a young adult. She's 23 years old. It's been a long journey with Sachin. He was diagnosed when he was, I think, around 3 years of age. He was born absolutely fine in terms of physical appearance, and his milestones were pretty much all on time, except he never spoke. So we were concerned about it. I was a Montessori trained teacher. So, I had set up his room in the ideal Montessori manner with all the toys, at all the shelves at his level where he could reach for the toys, play with things. But I was really surprised because he never touched any toys ever. He never picked up, a soft toy to cuddle like children do, or pulled a cart along or pushed a car. He didn't do any of those things. The other thing that didn't happen was there was no eye contact at all. So sometimes when we would call out to Sachin, he wouldn't respond. So my husband would say, maybe he has a hearing problem. So I'd tell him that no, that's not so, because if we put on the television in the other room, he comes running, to watch his favorite program. So definitely it's not a hearing problem. But I knew something was amiss because, I had had that training and I had worked with little children. So I knew that something is missing somewhere, but I couldn't nail it, and I couldn't, obviously I was not a doctor, so I couldn't diagnose the problem, but the pediatrician said everything is fine. We were concerned about this lack of speech and the lack of eye contact and the lack of playing with children. After that, my husband got transferred to Delhi. At that time, he was almost 3. And when we contacted a pediatrician, they said, not talking, this is not right. There's something amiss. Please go to a developmental pediatrician. We went to the same, and within 10 minutes, the doctor said, this is a textbook case of autism spectrum disorder. You have wasted so much time. You could have got him into therapy already. But, we were kind of, because we already knew, so yes, we did cry a bit, and, you scream and howl and shout, why me? And why did this happen to me? The good thing that happened was that we immediately took remedial actions. We were immediately on the task, and we got together our speech therapist and the team, occupational therapist, speech therapist. I also went to US and I did the option program. Me and my husband both went. So in this journey, what has been really interesting is because my husband was in the corporate sector, and because it is so expensive to go through all the therapies, and, it's a long journey, we've been like on a railway track. You have jo do patri hoti hain. We have always moved together, but we have been doing different things. So I have been taking care of Sachin on a daily basis, his therapies, and my husband was the backbone who supported everything. Like I had to ask for something for Sachin, and it would be there before, I would have to ask a second time. So in US, we learned a lot. I learned options. I learned the playway method, how to be one with the child, how to get on the floor and interact, and basically get the child to come out of themselves. Because in autism, you're very much, you're inward looking, and you're not socializing. So speech and communication are the main problems in autism. So we learned a lot about how to engage with him. The other thing was I also went through the ABA program, the Applied Behavior Analysis, that taught me to teach Sachin in-seat behavior, eye contact. After that, we put Sachin through inclusive schooling. He was doing okay, but there was always that gap. And speech came, but with a lot of efforts. If I say every single skill had to be taught, picking up a spoon, picking up a pencil, putting on your clothes, tying a button, brushing, toileting, everything has to be taught to these children. I was not as such a patient person. I have changed 360 degrees as a human being today. But, all that has come. It's not been easy, but I think he's taught me a lot of those things. And also my daughter, they've both been my teachers. I consider them my gurus more than me teaching them anything. So inclusive schooling was good in Vasant Valley in Delhi. After that, when we had a very, very turbulent period when he went into his teenage years. It was like this was a different child altogether. With the hormonal changes, he was aggressive. There was self-injurious behavior. There was aggression towards others. At that time, we were just we had to just take care of ourselves, take care of him, just keep him happy. But what really helped us at that time was putting him into sports and getting him to, burn out that energy, because it's all that hormones going crazy, they're doing things. And on top of that, because the kid cannot communicate, that frustration comes in. So, you're not able to tell, you're not able to understand what's happening in your body, all the bodily changes, and you're also not able to ask for help. So it's a very, very, very difficult situation. So till now, for me, it was always about, I'm going to make it okay. I'm going to do this with Sachin. I'll make him fine. I did not accept his diagnosis. I did not accept it for the longest time. But when he went into the teenage periods, then I sort of understood, maybe it had also been a while and I was kind of, tuning into the problem. And then I was better able to sort of accept and let go a little bit. Because when I was it was like a stranglehold on the child, he was also revolting, he was not liking it. And I feel these children are very sensitive. They get the cue from our eyes, just looking at our eyes. Are we anxious? Are we stressed out? So I think inadvertently I was translating my anxiety to him.
Which solutions or approaches have been most effective for Sachin?
So when I started letting go a little, I also started seeing him calming down. But we did have to take help of medication at that time as well. Because, otherwise it was kind of a difficult situation, because he was himself not happy or calm. It was not about making things easy for ourselves, but about helping him, to get a handle of whatever was going on. So after that, in the senior school, he told me no go school, whatever language he said he doesn't want to go. I think the gap was too much and it was stressing him out. So we transferred him to a special needs kind of setup. After that, he was in special needs schools or he was homeschooled. When he turned 18, after he was 18, we saw a lot of changes in him. He started going for sports camps. He started going for adventure camps. He was away from the home for 3-4 days at a time. That's when all the ADLs and the life skills that we had taught him started helping us. He joined an institute called Palwanjali Institute in Gurgaon. Since then, touch wood, fingers crossed, he has been in a very calm and good place. Because he's happy there. He has his own group of friends there. They go on trips, like I said. They learn life skills. And this is when I decided that I have to start a vocation for him. Because, he needs to get that, not for myself or anything else. I wanted him to have that sense of self-esteem, that I can do something, I can achieve something. So what could we do? He's good in sports. So he was already, doing, participating in the Special Olympics. He's reached Haryana state level and got gold medals in cycling. And so this is the same kid who we were told, iski to motor planning zero hai. He never rode a tricycle, and because, he doesn't have that kind of balance. What are you even thinking? Don't even try the cycling. That same kid is now, he's a runner, he's a racer, he's also a cyclist. So cycling and all that was going on. Apart from that, he's very fond of music. So he learns even, old songs, Kishore Kumar songs, and you just say any word and he's going to give you the whole song. He's a huge, huge foodie. Like food is his best friend and he eats everything, he loves everything, he enjoys his food. So I said, okay, this has to be something to do with food. So around that time, I came across a video on YouTube about chocolate making. So as I looked at it and I said, okay, this doesn't look that difficult. And maybe if I break this into steps, Sachin would be able to master this skill. So we started the process, and I think there's something about, the sensory needs of the child also, the smell, the touch, the texture, all that is fulfilled in food related items. So something he was liking. I think he was liking the melting of the chocolate and the way it fell onto the mold. Something was really working with him. So we started making chocolates and we started gifting them to friends. Very soon we were getting orders. And now we have, we get corporate orders at Diwali time, at Christmas time, and we are delivering chocolates all over India. We have another team of 3 young adults who've joined us as interns, special needs persons. A young man with Down syndrome, another with on the autism spectrum, and another young man with ADHD. So we are all working together at Such Delights is the name of the business, by the way, which is Sachin's business. Therefore, it's called Such Delights. Now he goes for exhibitions, he goes to corporate offices and represents his company. The change that I've seen in him is he's super happy whenever you say that something is happening, because he likes to go and be there with people. And the feedback that he gets for the chocolates, I see that little kind of look on his face that, okay, it's something that I have been able to do. So that's how it is as of now. That's where we are. What do I see in the future? I just see him growing and just being happier.
What guidance would you offer to young parents raising children with autism?
What I would say for the young parents is that, you know, it isn't easy. It is, and anyone who says that is just, trying to comfort you or ease the pain or whatever. It isn't easy. It's a roller coaster ride. It's hard on both the parents, both the father and the mother. My husband has been amazing with the ADLs, with the daily living skills. So he would be going like to office every day, but he would tell me, I will give 1 hour in the morning. You just tell me what I need to do with him. So over like a period of almost 10 to 15 years, daily in the morning, whether he was going to go out of town or whatever, he would help teach him brush his teeth, dressing, all those kind of skills, which obviously I couldn't, because, I give him that space as well, that he's a young man, so he doesn't have to do things and, change his clothes in front of me and all that. That's the dad's department. So now if he's independent with all this, that's thanks to all the efforts that have gone into it. And, if you see him eating, the kid who would spill everything, he takes a spoon, the backside of a spoon, and he gathers his food and he eats with the other. And there, not a single grain of rice is spilled anywhere. So, so for us, we've always celebrated these little achievements.
How do family and community contribute to making a positive impact on the life of a child with autism?
Yeah, I just want to say that the community is very, very important. So we've always had a lot of support because we have shared Sachin with everyone. If you're going to lock up your child and nobody gets to see him, you can't bring about that change in society or that awareness, right? So we've always included him in everything. So we've had a lot of support from wherever we have stayed, our neighbors, society, community. I'm also a part of the Saath parent support group. I'm one of the founder members, and it has grown into a very strong community now. And it's so interesting because in WhatsApp, you might get a parent just crying out for help, like a mom saying, I'm so depressed, I don't know what to do with my child. He has not slept for 3-4 nights, and neither have I. And I'm like on the edge, please help. Immediately within a few minutes, you'll get like 10, 15 messages, coming forth, do this. or just join us for coffee. Hey, come, and that is so important for us. What I want to say to the young parents is, please take out time for yourselves. Like on an aeroplane, they say put on the oxygen mask yourself first and then put it on your child. That is really important. Because I've learned it myself as well when I was too much into it. When I had invested everything, emotions, my physical health, my mental health, everything, I went through an autoimmune problem. And when I read about it and researched it, they said that, stress is one of the main reasons for autoimmune conditions. So especially for mothers, because every day in and day out, they're handling the kid physically, emotionally, mentally. Just go out, take your break, have that group of friends, go to the beauty parlor, go join a book club, go shopping, do those things for yourself. Because only if we are happy can we transfer that happiness to our children as well.
How would you compare the experience of raising Dia and Sachin, and how would you describe their relationship with one another?
I guess no talk would be complete without mentioning my daughter Dia, who's 5 years younger to Sachin. Dia has brought that balance not only in our lives but also in Sachin's life. See, we were always all about special needs, but when we had to go for a neurotypical parent-teacher meeting, it would bring that, that change in our lives, a normalcy in our lives that I think we needed. And she was just so amazing. But I think the reason that she was so accepting and loving towards Sachin was because we never ever kept on repeating the dialogue, you have to take care of him. When we are not there, you will have to support him. Bhai ko dekha ki nahi, usko khana do pehle. It has never been like that. It's always like, okay, mom and dad are there and we're just friends and he's my brother and we're there to hang out and chill and have fun. And he's so fond of her that, if she's not there at home, he goes and sits in her room when she's not there. She has become a psychologist, and that has been due to her own volition. It's nothing that I have pushed her into. It was always like from grade 8 or 9, she told me, Mom, I'm going to go into psychology. The more we make it artificial for the child, the more they're going to get repulsed and, they're going to look at it as a burden. So we have these exhibitions and she tells me that I'm going to manage the Such Delight stall along with Sachin. I want to be a part of this. And so it's a very, very beautiful relationship that they both have. And I hope that it continues like that because, she brings that also that normalcy, because if Sachin does something, she'll be like, what are you doing? Put your feet down. She's like treats him like any other sibling would. And that's what a sibling needs, right?
We hope this film offers guidance to young parents, showing them that while the journey may not always be easy, it is one that can be filled with hope and possibility.